Well, I'm here to ask you the opinion of the impact of the London bombing.
Okay, to me, I look at the London bombing in two scenarios. The first impact on London itself would be the economic standing of London. When the world thinks that London is a very safe place, in terms of trading and in terms of finance, and such a thing happen, the investors from the other country would now have doubts over London. So the financial sector gets hit quite badly because there is no trust and there is no safety, so to speak. Because the investors may feel that it is no longer safe for them to go into London to trade. So financially, it will have an impact on the country. Secondly is the social status of the country. London, there are many people from different races staying in London, and number one, there would be this concern about particular race and their impact and influence in the country. As we know that many of the terrorist activities are done by the Islamic fundamentalists or the Islamic terrorists. So some people would wrongly accuse or they make implications that terrorists are Muslims, which is wrong. So when they have this impression, the people staying in the country, the natives of London or the United Kingdom may have a wrong impression of other races that are staying there. So this may lead to social disintegrity, where they see people of different religion as enemies, or they may even have this impression that they are here to create chaos in the country. So if such things can happen in London, it can happen in the United States. Previously, the 9/11 incident. Now, are we saying that Singapore is then safe? So if it can happen in UK, if it can happen in US, it can one of the days happen in Singapore. So that is why we are very concerned. Okay? That is why we are very concerned about safety in Singapore. That is why we are concerned about the economic and social integrity of our country. So in terms of social integration, we always say that our nation is one that believes in multi-racialism. So we have to respect each other's race. And if such an incident were to happen in Singapore, we don't dwell about who is responsible. We should be dwelling more about how to move on after such an incident happens. So that is why our social status in the country, like we believe that we are multiracial. When such things happen, we shouldn't say that no, you are Chinese, you are Indian, you are Malay, and we separate ourselves. We should say that as Singaporeans, we work together, we move on as quickly as possible when such an incident happens in Singapore. I'm not saying that it's going to happen in Singapore, but we must be prepared if it happens in Singapore. And number two, we must make sure that we have a good governance. The government must be very strong, and our security of the country must be very tight. So there are implications to us as well. We have to make sure that we as individuals in the country play our part. We have to be vigilant. You see suspicious activities, you report to the police immediately. If you see suspicious people, you report to the police immediately. So we ourselves must play an important role in the security and defense of our country. So if we do that, then socially we are being responsible to our country, and we can reduce the risk of such a terrorist attack happening in Singapore. Okay. So all of us have a responsibility to play. You know, me as an adult, you as a student. You know, we all need to play a role in ensuring that Singapore is safe, and in ensuring that we don't give in to the terrorists. And when the terrorists, they don't have such targets, and when they know that a lot of people are being very vigilant, they are very safety conscious, you know, they are playing their part by sabotaging the terrorist activities, eventually they will have to fizzle off or die off, because there is no avenue for them to show their terrorist movements and measures. That's what I think.